No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life. Good, real
How about now, guys?
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life. Good, real.
Now there's like an echo. Oh, man. And you guys can probably hear me now. But now I don't see the chat. I think I've totally messed up this live stream. I don't know what to do, guys. Oh, I know what to do. I'll watch it on YouTube. Okay, going back to YouTube, guys. And we'll see if you guys can see me. Probably hear me now. But now I don't see the chat. I think I've totally messed up this live stream. Sound is good? Picture is good? I don't know what to do, guys. Thumbs up, guys?
Oh, I know what to do.
Thumbs up? I'll watch it on
Start
YouTube.
over.
Okay, going back to YouTube, guys. Okay, I already closed it out and started it over.
And
the chat window is not
Probably
on my
right now.
streaming screen. So what I'm doing, guys, is
now
I'm actually looking at the
chat.
YouTube page.
I think I've
totally messed up
so-
this live stream.
And
Sound is good? Picture is good? It's funny because I can see the video of me, but there's like a
I don't know what to do,
15-second
guys.
delay on the video.
Thumbs up,
So-
guys?
Oh, I know what to do. Thumbs up? I'll watch it
Start
on
over.
YouTube. Okay, going back to YouTube.
Alright, but this'll
guys.
work. That's fine.
Okay, I already closed it out and started it over.
I did wrap
And
the
the
chat
chat
window
window
is
is
turn
not
the volume
on
all the
my
way down, so there's no
streaming
sound
screen.
coming out
So
of
what
the
I'm doing,
speakers,
guys,
so
is
you don't-
now I'm
I don't
actually
see
looking
the
at the
chat.
YouTube page.
I think I've
totally messed up
so-
this live stream. And
so
sound
what's
is good?
going on, guys?
Picture is good.
I don't
It's
know
funny
how
because
long
I can
this
see the video of me
live
but there's like a
broadcast
15-second
is.
delay
I
on
have
the
two
video.
streams
Thumbs up.
going?
Oh, I know
What
to
the
do. Thumbs
heck?
up. I'll watch it
Start
on
over.
YouTube. Okay, going
So
back to
hang on, I
YouTube.
gotta
guys.
go
Back
work.
to YouTube.
Fine.
Okay, I already
You're
closed
both?
it out and started it over.
Hold on, let me go.
I did wrap
And
the
the
chat
chat
window
window
is
is
turn
not
the
on
volume all the
my
way down.
end.
So the hold on. Well, according to my YouTube thingy here, there's only one. I don't know how there's two. Now I'm getting a warning sign on here and it says, please open studio. Okay, I'm doing that. I don't know why I need to open the studio. Oh, that's where I can see the comments. Warning, please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. There's a primary stream and a backup stream. It's fine now. It's totally weird to me. I don't know what's going on here. Please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. One of the streams has an invalid configuration. I don't even know what that means. Stream settings. Let me see here. Stream key. Stream backup. Can I just delete the backup one? I don't know. It's fine now. Alright, everything good, guys? I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what happened, but my picture is weird, and I messed up the chat. And it's still giving me the same warning message. Please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. I don't... Okay. Hello, guys. Howdy, howdy. This OBS gives me a lot more trouble than StreamYard did, although Mitch says it sounds a lot better. So, first thing, guys, I'm a little under the weather today. I've got a cold, so I'm not feeling too great. So, I'm not really sure how long tonight's live stream's gonna last. I'll hang in as long as I can. Doroteo, lessons once per week. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do the lessons once per week. Once per month, maybe. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Paul, Raph, RR, David, 2 Yards, everybody. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties here, and I still don't know what I did wrong. So anyway, yeah, guys, not feeling too hot today. Pretty tired, run down. You know how it is when you have a cold, and it's like today's the first day when it really hit me. I could feel it coming on yesterday, and then last night, and then today. It's like, ugh. Today is probably the worst day, and then tomorrow will be a little bit better, and Friday even better. So, Hidden Booger says, any word on the 10 guitar idea? Well, the word on that would be that, again, nothing is decided. I've done a lot of message exchanging. Hold on, let me see. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I've exchanged a lot of emails with my buddy over in IYV in Vietnam, and pretty much gotten all the information that I would need from IYV if I want to do it through them. But I'm going to be checking with one other person next week, and I'm going to check and see if this other person would be willing to do it, and then I kind of have to weigh the pros and cons of whether I have IYV do it or if I have this other guy do it. If he's even willing to do it. I haven't even presented the idea to him yet. So anyway, yeah, all that stuff's just kind of a work in progress, and it would be something that I would probably seriously get going like maybe in March, and I know I mentioned before the idea of doing a Kickstarter to guarantee that people would want to buy those 10 guitars rather than people just saying, oh, I'll buy one, and then, I have the guitars made, and then like 2 people buy them, and then I've got 8 guitars sitting here that nobody wants to buy. So anyway, probably in March is when you'll get some really definitive information about that. Hey Marsha, Mannequin Army, Jason, CT James, thanks dude. Luckily it's just a cold. I took a COVID test this morning, not COVID, just a cold, so I should recover fairly quickly. Drinking a lot of fluids, got my Japanese green tea here, which is really good on my throat. Hey Sir Rifflord, how you doing? So you guys know the NAMM show's next week, right? Going to the NAMM show next week, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Festly is going to be at the NAMM show. Festly, Festly Guitars, and actually they have a lot more than guitars. They've got digital pianos and accessories and stuff. So they're going to be at the NAMM show for the very first time. And so that'll be kind of cool. And I think they're going to have a couple of new models on display. And guys, I got a little bit of insider information. Festly is going to have a brand new guitar model on sale on Amazon probably next week. They already showed me a picture of it. Joe Christofferson, you ordered a Monsoon. Awesome, dude. I'm assuming it was the blue one. I think that's the only one that's currently available on Amazon. I think they only have blue right now. David, I'm hoping to get some, I don't know what kind of interviews I'm going to get or who the interviews are going to be with. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. Oh man, all these little things keep popping up on this screen telling me, hey, do this now, do that, insert an ad. It just told me to insert an ad, but guess what? I'm not inserting an ad because that's lame. But feel free to offer some super chat, guys. That would be cool. Probably make me feel better too. Big G Customs. I haven't played a new Schecter Razor Blade guitar. So I'm hoping that Schecter will be at the NAMM show. They usually are. And then I'll have a chance to check out some of these newer Schecter models. That would be cool. Did I get the pictures of the Mitchell guitar I sent you? I don't remember getting... How did you send them to me? An email? I don't remember that. Sir Rifflord. Yeah, Rick Beato has awesome interviews, but that's because he's got like 3 million subscribers, so he can get all these famous people to be on his channel. And I had Joe Thrash Potato today. Did you see my video from today? He's a cool guy. We had a nice chat, and he did some riffing on my guitars, and I surprised him with a new guitar. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, I'll do interviews with the people that I can do interviews with, and hopefully some fun stuff. We'll see. Jamie! The president of the Ball Shredder fan club. Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate that. Metal Dude needs to visit Steel Panther at the Chapman booth. Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Except they wouldn't know who Metal Dude was, and they would think I'm just some kind of like weirdo idiot, like trying to punk them or something. They wouldn't get it. Do I like Ace Frehley? He's got some cool songs. I can't say I'm a big fan of his lead playing. It's a little more on the basic side. But, I mean, a hugely influential guitar player, right? How many people did Ace Frehley inspire when they were a kid to get a guitar and start playing guitar? Hundreds of thousands? Millions? Yeah. RRD, yeah. He asked me, like, last year when I put the video up for that guitar, which was like March last year, and he was like, hey man, if you decide you don't want that guitar, I'll buy it off you. And I was like, I could have sold it to him, right? I sold him my Kramer Beretta, the white one. But I thought, like, I'm just going to give it to him. Because he's a really cool guy. Nice guy, down to earth, just the coolest. And I just wanted to surprise him with that. And he's like, here you go, dude. Hidden Booger, can I make a V sale? The guitars you have there? I don't understand what that means. Wally, you got one of my Ball Shredder guitar picks? Oh, hey, thanks for reminding me. Did you guys know that you can buy a Ball Shredder guitar pick collector's pack on eBay right now? $19.99 with free shipping. All you gotta do is go on eBay and type in the Ball Shredder guitar pick and it'll come up. I would love it if that sold out. I only put 20 of them up there and I think I've sold like 7 maybe. So it would be really awesome if the other 13 sold and I could say, I sold out. I mean, I'll eventually put more stuff, more guitar picks. I might even have a Metal Dude guitar pick coming up. Wink, wink. A video of guitars you have for sale. A hidden booger. I don't have any guitars for sale right now. Yeah, I don't have anything for sale. Like, if you look at my my eBay page, whatever, the only thing on there right now is the Ball Shredder guitar pick, which is 2 guitar picks, a card, and a CD. Rock Channel. I don't use any distortion pedals, but way back in the 80s, back in the day, I had the Boss Heavy Metal pedal. It was like black with maybe orange writing on it, and I think that's what it said, Heavy Metal. And that's the one I used for a while, but I think the Tube Screamer is a great pedal. Tube Screamer is great for soloing. I use it on the computer, the virtual one, for when I do all my soloing stuff. Not for rhythm, but for solos. What's up, Rad Flying V? Yeah, I'm keeping well, but I'm fighting a cold right now, man. Fighting a cold. Metal Dude t-shirt. Yeah, that's probably going to be coming around here. I don't know when exactly, but I have a feeling that there will be a Metal Dude t-shirt at some point. How many guitars do I have in this room? Well, you guys can't see, but on this wall right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's probably like, I don't know, 16 or 17 behind me. And then I have a bunch in the other room over there, like in boxes and cases. A lot of guitars. 2 days take. It's not Metal Guy, it's Metal Dude. Come on, man, Metal Dude. Kevin Harmon, I don't use the Insane amp. I have used it here and there, but I use the Solo 100 amp head. That's my favorite one. Sir Riff Lord, they had different pedals, and I'm pretty sure the one I had was called Heavy Metal. Andy, thanks, dude. Yeah, I should be bouncing back in a couple of days. Yeah, I agree, Ogre Lord. Metal Dude's always like flaunting his long flowing locks like right in my face, right? Yeah, that's pretty insulting. Jamie says, free t-shirt with guitar purchase. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, Kip Scott, when is the Jackson JS11 review airing? I'm hoping to have that one up on Monday, next week. Monday. Marsha, some of you are going to cringe when I say this, but I don't ever change the strings on these guitars. I only change the strings when they need to be changed. And since I have so many guitars, like, I don't play, there isn't like any one guitar that I just play like every day for hours and hours, like all the time. So the strings don't really get worn out. And I'm not in a like high humidity area, so really nothing's happening to the strings. So they're pretty much fine for the most part for like a long period of time. If I only had 1 or 2 guitars and I was playing only those 1 or 2 all the time, then yeah, I'd have to change the strings. Rock Channel, yes, I have seen that video. I think you're talking about do you mean Gus G's video, and he had Vinnie Moore like as a guest in the video and did a solo? Or are you talking about like a live video or something? because I've seen that video where I think it was a song from one of Gus's solo albums, and it was great. Sir Riff Lord, my birthday's in June, and if you want to send me $1 million, I'll give you my address. Joe R, I'm with you there, dude. I only change the strings when they break. I have so many guitars, like if I change strings like once a month or once a week or anything crazy like that, I would go broke and insane from all the string changing. New York chokehold. Exactly, dude. That was my strategy. Yeah. Don't buy guitar strings, just buy more guitars. Exactly. It's working out pretty good. In 2 days says he's a dead string aficionado. Or whatever. Yeah. That's cool. You know, you can just like, you can wipe down the strings. When they start to get kind of like flat and grungy, you can clean the strings and it kind of brings them back to life. 1 million Turkish dollars? What does that translate to American dollars? Like $10 or something? Paul, 1 million burritos? That would cost more than $1 million because the burritos cost more than $1 each. I'll just take the cash, dude, and then I'll buy Metal Dude as many burritos as he wants. My favorite strings, the ones that I put on the guitars that I know I'm really gonna want to play and really gonna like, it's Ernie Ball Super Slinkies, the pink one. 9 gauge. Yeah, 9 gauge. GRB, you ordered a 10-pack of high E strings. I did the exact same thing more than once. Because it's that first string. That's the one for me. That's the one that always breaks. Because it's the smallest one. So yeah, it's like, I was like cannibalizing a new pack of strings just to take out one string. And then I got all these like 5-string packs. It's like, how can I can't put that on a new guitar, so I had to buy a pack of just the little E strings. JB, I don't know what moldy effects are. Guitar panels? What's that? Finger ease. Rub on some finger ease every couple of weeks. Yeah. Sir Riff Lord. Night, dude. Thanks for checking in. Sorry, I'm not really very lively tonight, guys. I'm suffering from a cold, so I'm a little down in the weather. Hybrid. Oh, so Mark, you've got like heavier strings up on the top, like for the bum 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 for the rhythms, right? I guess that's what those hybrid strings are. Speaking of strings, guys, not long ago, I would say a month or two ago maybe, I sent an email to Ernie Ball. I thought, hey, maybe my channel's big enough that they would be willing to give me just a string endorsement, right? To get free strings, basically. So, gave them a link to my channel, told them a little about me, what I do, and said, hey, I'd love to endorse Ernie Ball strings. And what I didn't say, and get some free strings, but that's what I was hoping for. But yeah, they never replied, so I'm not a big enough star to get the attention of Ernie Ball, unfortunately. So I will continue to buy their strings. Unless another company wants to offer me free guitar strings, but that hasn't happened yet. I think guitar strings are one of the things where, like, you know, I use a lot of like parts from China, pickups, bridges, tuners, knobs, whatever, all kinds of stuff. And it's way, way, way cheaper than buying, you know, made in the USA, like Seymour Duncan. I don't need to buy real Seymour Duncans. I can buy my pickups that are made in China, and to me they sound just as good. But guitar strings, that's not the case. Like the guitar strings that you can get on AliExpress or whatever, like the Orphe, I think that's what they're called. They come in like a blue pack. They are not as good as like Ernie Ball's. So that's one thing where I've got to stick with the real deal strings. Favorite guitarist from before 1980? Were there any? Okay, does Eddie Van Halen count? Because the first Van Halen album came out in 1978. Boom! There you go. And you're going to say, that doesn't count. RJ's Cave, what's up, dude? Any new guitar reviews recently, RJ? What do you got up on the RJ's Cave channel? Joe R says Gary Richrath. Do you know that that's what I was going to say? That's so funny. I love REO Speedwagon. Well, the old REO Speedwagon. High Infidelity is one of my favorite all-time albums that came out in 1980. But yeah, Gary Richrath. What such feel and tone and just solos that fit the songs perfectly. Not a shredder, but just, yeah, I love Gary Richrath. And I also loved the follow-up to High Infidelity, which didn't do nearly as well, which is called Good Trouble. And it had the song Keep the Fire Burning, I think. Keep the fire burning. Na, 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 na. Yeah. I really like that album too. But that one never gets talked about. Rainbow with Dio was amazing. They had some great songs. Yep. Oh, 2 yards. Are you in Illinois? You must be in Illinois, because I think REO Speedwagon started in Illinois. RJ, you wrote, you got a Fesley Dinky review. Did you mean to say, I got? You talking about me or you? I think you mean you, right? IYV neck through review. That's cool. I'm always happy to see the IYV stuff. By the way, guys, I have a new custom guitar that is being made for me right now by IYV. And the last picture I saw of it was like, it was probably more than 50% done. And hopefully they're going to have it finished before the end of this month, or by the end of this month, because they're going on their, they have a New Year holiday that's like all of February for like a month. The factory closes down. So hopefully I'm going to have that guitar like right around the beginning of February or so. And it's going to be killer. I hope. Somebody asked me about Chris Olivia Savatage. Yeah, he's great. My favorite Savatage album is Streets, a rock opera. Joe, you have I have Good Trouble on LP. I still have it. I have High Infidelity and Good Trouble on CD, but I have the Good Trouble LP that I bought when it first came out. On the High Infidelity, my older brother had it on 8-track, and I used to listen to it in our bedroom on the 8-track player, if you can believe that. RJ, okay, you meant you, that's cool. Robert, thanks, dude. I can take Metal Dude to get a bean burrito tomorrow. I appreciate that. Awesome, thanks, buddy. leaving Illinois for good. Well, where are you going, 2 yards? You coming out here to California? Jamie says, Sabotage sounds like Metallica to me. I'm going to have to disagree, Jamie. I'm not a big Metallica fan. I will say Sabotage is a billion times better than Metallica. I'd much rather listen to Sabotage than Metallica. Ogre, my new custom will have 24 jumbo frets. And that's all I'm going to tell you about the guitar. The one that IYV is making me, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. Glenn Tipton and KK Downing, yes, excellent guitar duo, I agree. You know who I personally think is the best guitar duo in the history of like hard rock and heavy metal? You might think I'm going to say Phil Collins and Steve Clark from Def Leppard. That's a close second. Best guitar duo ever. Paul Gilbert and Bruce Boyer from Racer X. Listen to Racer X Second Heat and Racer X Live Extreme Volume. Man, what those two guys did together, amazing. Nobody's done that before. You know, usually in two guitar bands, it's one guy does a solo in one song, or they trade off back and forth, and they might do a little bit of harmony stuff, but in Racer X, man, those guys were just in sync, amazing shred harmonies anyway. Racer X, yeah. Let's see. I remember Rough Cut, but I don't really remember the music or their songs. I know I saw a video on MTV, and I know what Paul Shortino's voice sounds like, but I can't really. I guess it probably didn't knock my socks off. Otherwise, I probably would have bought the cassette or something. Tell us about the guitar you gave suggestions to. Guitar Max mentioned in the video. You're talking about the Monsoon? That's the purple one back there. I did a whole review on it. Yeah, that guitar came about because I talked to Leo, the owner of Leo James, and told him to make that guitar, and then he did. What's up, guys? If my voice sounds a little weird, it's because I'm fighting a cold here. Tom, Marty Friedman, and Jason Becker. Yes, I agree. They were also incredible. But they didn't have the same impact on me that Racer X did. I mean, there's a lot of great double guitar bands in the history of hard rock and metal. There's a lot. Many, many. But for me, Paul Gilbert, Bruce Boyer, Racer X, that's the top. $2 days. You still use a 4-track Tascam to record with? Are you crazy? Dude, you gotta get on your computer and record with a DAW. It's so much easier, and you can do things that you could never do on a cassette 4-track or whatever. Unless you were kidding. I don't know. Were you kidding? Wasted Dude. Thank you. Yeah, I need to be careful not to talk too much, because then I'll end up losing my voice. That's happened to me before when I've had a cold. Jason, anything with... Do you mean Nita Strauss? You said Nina Strauss. I think you mean Nita Strauss. And she's pretty awesome. David, Steve Vai, and Adrian Vandenberg. Yeah, that was a good duo, but they never recorded an album together. You know, they toured together, of course. And I don't know if they really did very much harmony soloing together, rather than, hey, Steve, you play this solo, Adrian, you play this solo, that kind of a thing. Rad Flying V says that Thin Lizzy is the greatest band ever. Okay. Not for me, but I respect anybody's opinion. Hidden Booger. Yes, there will be more Tempest guitars. There will be more Monsoon guitars. Every like batch of guitars that comes out, like that's one batch. And then because I'm now like kind of talking to him and giving him advice and telling him things, he keeps making improvements to the guitars. So the next batch of Monsoons and Tempests, they're going to have some improvements over the ones that just came out. Like my Monsoon, the next batch is going to have a better neck profile. So we'll call that the second batch. And then I'm already talking to him about the third batch. And that should have an even better neck profile and stainless steel frets and maybe even locking tuners. So like he's constantly in a state of like he wants to make his stuff better every time he can. He wants to make it better, better, better. He wants to make the best guitars that he can, but still, you know, keep the price reasonable, of course. So that's one really impressive thing about him. He doesn't want to just keep putting out the same thing. You know, I'm telling him what needs to be improved, and he's really listening. So I'll be meeting with Leo next week. Yes, that Vandenberg signature guitar has been reissued, and I hope I get a chance to check that out at the NAMM show. Hopefully they have it there. I would like to check that out. Mayhemzilla, waiting on the Black Monsoon. A lot of people are waiting on that one, and I don't know what's going on with the Black Monsoon because Leo told me the Black Monsoons are already at the Amazon warehouse, and it's up to Amazon to like check them, scan them, whatever, so that they show up on Amazon, so that when you go there to look at it, it's like, oh, there it is. I can put it in my cart and buy it. It's like he makes it sound like it's out of his hands, that Amazon is the ones that's slacking off. So I don't know. Joe, really? Did you ever think that maybe your Doberman says the same thing about you? Just kidding. Yeah, I don't have an ETA, Booger. Because Leo doesn't even seem to know. If you're talking about the black ones. It could be any day. I don't know. Sienna, yes, Lester is awesome. He is a good friend of mine. I love Lester. Great guitar player. Always inspires me, and every time I watch Lester play, I just I'm watching and going, I wish I could do that. Because he's awesome. Ecto, I will be asking Leo about the possibility of making some left-handed guitars. I'm going to ask him. It doesn't mean he'll do it. But he probably is worried about like how much the demand would be for those. Like how many would he be able to sell? So I don't know. But I will tell him that people are asking. People are saying, hey, what about some left-handed guitars? I'll let him know that people are interested. Wasted Dude, what's the upcoming line of BCS guitars? What's BCS? And you guys do know that you were asking about Explorers and Flying Vs. You know, Leo James sells kits. You know, where you have the body, the neck, and the pickups and all that, and you got to put it together and paint it, whatever. They do sell like Explorer-shaped kits and maybe Flying V-shaped kits. So they do have those. And building those kits is a lot of fun, guys. So I see you guys talking about the weather, and it seems that in a lot of your areas it's pretty cold, maybe, especially you guys out there on the East Coast. Pretty cold right now. Anybody have snow, like right where you live? Bunch of snow on the ground? Of course there's no snow here. And here when I say like, oh, it's cold, that's usually like in the low 60s or the upper 50s. That's a cold day here. Looking like it's going to rain here tomorrow, or it's very cloudy, very overcast and cloudy. Oh my gosh, Jamie. 7 degrees when you fed the horses. Holy cow. Or I should say holy horses. And your horses don't freeze to death overnight? My goodness. Marsha, I do not envy you. I'm glad I don't live where there's snow, because I would hate to be out there driving my car on the slippery, icy, snowy streets. That would be scary. See, Robert, right there. Almost wrecked his truck. Yeah, exactly. David, you have to learn how to play left-handed because you have arthritis? Man, that sucks. I hope you can do it. UPS delayed because of snow. Yep, I believe it. Whoa, -5. Man. I guess I should never complain about the weather here, right, guys? Because it's so much colder in most of the rest of the country. And GRB, you're going to make a lot of people mad, GRB. He said it was 111 degrees. That's like super hot summertime weather. Wow. Oh, the horses have blankets and a heated water trough. That means they're drinking the heated water? Is that what that means? They drink some warm water? Oh, wasted dude. I already talked about the Bald Shredder custom guitars. It's still... There's no real update, dude. There's no real update. I got all the information that I needed to get from IYV regarding, if I had them do it. But they go on a month-long holiday. Their Vietnamese New Year holiday, their factory completely closes down for a month until, all the way until March something. So this is not something that I can really get going until maybe March. So it gives me plenty of time to, plan it all out and think about it, and so no real update yet. Oh, so the water doesn't freeze. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, see, everybody's saying the same thing. Heated water so it doesn't freeze. Yeah, duh. See, that's not something I have to think about here in California, because where I live, the temperature rarely drops below the freezing point. And I don't have horses, so there's that too. Dan says he learned how to tap. All right, Dan. Cool. Good for you. Mayhemzilla. Suggestion of the BSC custom logo going to stick. You mean am I going to use that as the name on the headstock? BSC custom? Is that what you're asking? Thank you, Jamie. Jamie says her and the horse's favorite album is Reflections. Which song do the horses like the most? I'll bet it's So Close to Heaven. Tom, I don't know if those horses would, maybe the horses would like to drink some rum. That might be funny. Mayhem, I didn't announce it yet, but guys, I think I came up with a name for the guitar brand. Like the name of my custom guitar company. Remember I was talking about like Bald Shredder Guitars or Bald Shredder Customs or something like that. I finally came up with a name. I'm not going to tell you guys yet because it is not 100% decided and I don't want to give it away yet. But I ended up having to make up a word. I had to make up a word because anything that I could think of, like a word in English, like look in the dictionary, find a word, except for stuff that you would never use, but any cool sounding word, it was literally just, it was taken already. Everything I looked for was already being used. So I ended up making up a word that doesn't exist. When I put it into Google Translator, and it says, like figure out what language it is and translate it, it only came up as a word in one language from a small European country. I won't even tell you what country it was. It translated into another word for one language, one country, and that's it. And when I searched it for like anybody else using it as like a guitar brand name, nope, doesn't exist, and it sounds really cool. And Rad Flying V, no, it is not BS Guitars. That sounds too dorky, so nope, not Bazinga Guitars either. Hey, 2 yards, good night. Thanks for hanging in there, dude. We'll be chatting for about 10 more minutes, guys. I think that's about all I can handle, about 10 more minutes. Ogre, yeah, I gotta look into like how to trademark it. I have no idea how to do that, but obviously I could Google it and figure it out, I'm sure, pretty quickly. So yeah, I've got the name that I want to put on the headstock. I also have the headstock shape all drawn out, which looks pretty cool. And it doesn't look like an exact copy of anything else, I don't think. Although it's probably like kind of similar to a lot of other headstocks, but still looks cool. That's right, Booger. I got a secret, and I'm not going to tell you. Don't you love when people say that? Yep, 2 days. That's why I love living in Southern California. There are days we're in January. There are days in January when I can, be out and about in shorts and a t-shirt in December and January, depending on the temperature of the day. But there are plenty of days, yeah. Rad Flying V, no, I don't think I'm going to play any guitar today because I'm just like not feeling up to it, and I kind of got a little bit of a headache, and I'm just like not feeling the shredding today. Somebody asked me where I got the tee. This you can buy this at like Asian supermarkets. I think I've even seen this for sale on Walmart, but I got this one at, excuse me guys, I got this at Costco. They have like a 16 pack, or no, it's a 12 pack, I think. 12 pack for around $16 and something cents. Pretty good deal because these are usually not cheap. Booger, quilted flames on it. I don't know if I want to put quilted flames on that first batch of 10 guitars because like look at how many guitars, like budget guitars coming out that have the quilted and the flame maple, like, like my Monsoon, it's got the flame maple, and Leo James has other guitars with the quilt, like he has on the Tempest, quilted and flame. So I kind of like don't want to put something out that's too similar to that, because otherwise, like, what's the point? Yep. Hey, who doesn't love saying booger? It's such a fun word to say, right? Booger. Thanks, Wasted Dude. I appreciate that. Worstest guitar player. Thanks for showing up, dude. You made it. That's all that matters. Yeah, Chokehold saying go with a wild hot paint job. Something that screams 80s. I wouldn't mind doing that, but then when I mentioned that the first time and I talked about doing tiger stripes, people in the chat were like, oh, no, don't do that, don't do that. So it's like no matter what I decide, like some people are going to like it and some people aren't. Right? There's no one thing that like that's going to be perfect for everybody. So I just have to get 10 people that like it. And if I can pre-sell those 10, then it'll be good. Hey, New Mexico Saint. Good night, bro. Have a good night. What time is it? 7:53. 7 more minutes, guys. Oh my gosh. Worstest guitar player. You just made my night, dude. I have to play some old country music? Well, you just threw $30 at me, right? So how can I say no? I hope this doesn't mess up the sound. I don't even know if this guitar is in tune. You guys can see my acoustic here. Let me see. Does this sound like country? Something like that? Is that even country? I really don't know how to play country music. Sorry. Jamie says play John Denver. You guys know I love John Denver, but I don't really know how to play any of his songs. He's actually one of my all-time favorite artists, singer, songwriter. I can't say band because he's not a band. He was a solo artist. I still love John Denver. And you would think that I would know how to play a John Denver song on guitar, right? But I used to know one, but I totally forgot how to play it. Sorry. I can't play Achy Breaky Heart. I wish I could play this old guitar. Great song. Music from the old country. Well, what's the old country? I'm from California. I don't know any Southern rock. Sorry. I wish I did. Wow, Joe, that's some pretty sad topics there. Sound is coming through great, good. I guess that's because I'm using the OBS streaming platform instead of StreamYard. So it doesn't have the same issues that StreamYard had, so that's good. No, that was not Rocky Mountain High. I don't know what that was. It was just some generic sounding thing. Leaving on a jet plane, yeah. I know how to hum Sweet Home Alabama. I could probably pick it out on the guitar, but it would take me a few minutes. You know, I don't play cover tunes, guys. So, I mean, I remember some riffs and some parts of songs that from way back in the 80s that I used to play a lot. So, like, I can play some Def Leppard songs and some Dokken ones because I played those a lot way back in the day. But now, like, I don't sit down and play covers. I'm always, like, working on my own songs, working on all the jams that you guys see in the videos. Like, all my time goes into that. So I'm always playing my own stuff. The oldest song I know, regardless of genre, you mean like the oldest song I know how to play on guitar? I don't know. I have no idea. I'd have to really think of that. Hang on here a second. Did I read this comment correctly? You're Kosh. Everybody look at your Kosh's comment. Thanks for John Denver. Haven't heard him. Oh, okay, sorry. At first I thought it said haven't heard of him, like you didn't know who John Denver was. I was going to say, you haven't heard of John Denver? No, he said haven't heard him. Like maybe you haven't heard his music in a while. Maybe that's what you meant, right? Yeah, John Denver was fabulous. I saw him in concert, by the way, one time shortly before his death. And I waited outside the venue. Me and about 10 other people waited outside the venue. And he finally came walking out with his little entourage. And I met him. And I shook his hand. That was pretty cool. That's a memory that I will never forget. And I told him that I really liked his music. And that was about it. And I think he asked my name. I think he said, "What's your name?" Something like that. Rad Flying V, thank you, buddy. I should be all better in a couple days. Jeff Gem, you finally made it. Thanks, dude. We're kind of right at the tail end here, and I'm fighting a cold, so I'm at about 75% of my normal self today, unfortunately. New York Chokehold. Unbelievable. The only song you know is Country Roads? Come on, dude. You must have heard Rocky Mountain High. Annie's song. Maybe you'd know it if you heard it. Thank God I'm a Country Boy. He had a lot of really popular songs. You should get his Greatest Hits Volume 1 and Volume 2. Both of those are totally worth having and listening to. Hank Hill singing Country Roads. I haven't heard it. Maybe I'll check it out. Okay, guys, I think that's going to about wrap it up for me tonight. I need to rest my voice. And I'm probably going to go to bed pretty soon, even though it's only 8 o'clock here. So, need my rest. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for coming again. And next week, when I do the live stream on Wednesday, that will be the last live stream before the NAMM show, because I will be going to the NAMM show next week on Friday and Saturday. Next week. Not this weekend, but the following week. So we'll maybe talk a little bit about the NAMM show again next week, and just to see what I'll be anticipating at the NAMM show. And if I'm lucky, guys, next Wednesday, I'll have some Leo James information and stories to tell, because I might be meeting with Leo James earlier in the week next week. I don't know yet for sure. I'm trying to line it up. There might be a Leo James interview in the works. But I'll be able to tell you more about that next Wednesday. Alright, guys. So, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys next week. Bald Shredder signing out. Thanks, everybody.